my presentation relate to the Chinese domestic politics, I will get a lot of the criticize here. But fortunately, two professors just move the topic, move from the China domestic politics to the international politics, and move from free vote to free drive. Sorry, not free, of course. So I'm happy to be here. So I have a few words, give my response to the democracies. A little bit political philosophy, forgive me. One, when I was a child, when I take my first step to work, my mother continued to tell me, okay, you must remember, every road will lead to the Roma. Does it matter to the democracy? I have no idea right now. When I was undergraduate student, my professor recommended a very good book to me. It's written by Rousseau. In his books, he said, before we think about the democracy, we must think about the public opinion. We have two kinds of the public opinion. One is related to the public interest. The second one is related to personal interest. If we want a democratic society, we should have established the social order to try to keep the public opinion related to the public interest. The third, when I got a job in the Fudan University, my boss tells me, if you do something wrong, you have to correct it. You must do something changed. If you do something correct, but you still get a lot of criticized, don't worry about it. You just take the criticized as an encouragement. That's my response to the democracy in China. Now, my topic will step out of the China domestic politics. I'm going to talking about the Chinese urban youth, their perception toward the EU. As you may know, we have 1.3 billion internet users. They can free access the information. Even we have some technical problems to access all of the information in the world. But I think the young students, they are smart enough. They can use a lot of the proxy to get the information what they want. So don't worry about the Chinese student to access the information right now. But yes, we have 1.3 the internet users. 80% the internet users' age is between the 18th to the 30s. It's pretty young international users. Premier Wen Jiabao, before he went to the press conference, he had to go to the website to check the public opinion. Most of the opinions come from the Chinese young people. So that's very important. We get to know what the Chinese young people thinking about the EU. We did the surveys across all of the China, but we did surveys, of course, in the urban cities, the 10 cities. We choose the 10 cities: Shenyang, Beijing, Qingdao, Nanjing, yeah, blah, blah, blah. So these surveys cover the different groups of the Chinese young people, include the college student, white collar, blue collar, and self-employed, and others. Yes. Is there any interesting finding in these surveys? The first of all, I raised the question to my respondent is, do you have any basic knowledge about the EU? I raised 5 questions. One, do you know the EU flag? Do you know the exchange rate of EU to the RMB? Which country is not a member of EU? Which EU countries does not use euro? And of course, do you have any idea about the EU's headquarters and the Schengen Agreement? But the result surprised me. At least 4 questions get the more than 50% of the people correct answer in the Chinese young people, especially the respondents. That means in China, many Chinese young people, they have a very good basic knowledge about the EU. Yes, another interesting thing, we have 3.1% of all respondents give the correct answers to all of the questions. We call this group as the high comprehensive degree groups. The second, white collar construct the largest part of the high comprehensive degree groups. It's about the 64.3%. The last one is interesting. Shanghai is much more Euroized. Of course, the internationalized cities. The Shanghai youth take up the 13.1% of high comprehension degree groups. But I have no idea why the Beijing only the 0.8%. That's interesting.